Here will I record. Awesome. And I'm going to just share my screen with the start of the PowerPoint here. So, welcome to the first Successfit team call. And I really am just so excited I could cry. I don't think I ever understood that in my life until I had kids, and then you can cry over most things. But I think I am just so excited to be here just to see how this has grown with all of you guys. I'm kind of over the moon and jumping for joy. I just wanted to go through a little bit of recognition and announcements before we turn it over to the lovely Chanel Jumper for the evening. First and foremost, I want to just address sort of the Success Club leaders right now. And Chanel is at 16 points, Christine Jackson at 10, and Larissa Snaith at 8. And then we've got a bunch of others on the board. Suzanne has 2, Jody has 2, Raylan has 2, Colleen has 2, Natasha has 2, Keely Goodfellow has 2, Shelly has 2, Danielle has 1, and Lisa has 1. And I just think, you know, it is still only May 20th, and it's such a huge part of our business of us measuring how we're growing when we push to this Success Club 5 minimum every month. So I'm going to share a few tips and a little bit at the end of my session just to help focus on that. But it is really your first primary goal in the month. So congrats to those who have hit it, and keep going for those who are on their way. I also want to recognize volume and some other achievements. So this is actually how I put together the weekly top 5 coaches. It's through volume, because volume is created through your customers' orders under you and orders under you. And that kind of really helps with how much money you're making, right? So I want to recognize volume for that. Christine Jackman is leading at 705. It's a lot of volume, which is great. Suzanne's doing awesome, and Chanel and Terry and Jody all have really great stuff. And then the other way that I actually measure that top coach is through recruiting. It's adding to your team and adding to our ripple effect here. And I have to give a shout out to Chanel for killing it this month in Top Recruiter. We've had a few rank advancements recently. Natasha's about to go Emerald, and I have to recognize Dawn because it was just a couple weeks ago, but since this is our first call, I still need to throw it in there. And very exciting, but tomorrow Colleen is going Diamond, and that is huge. So woohoo! Very exciting.
Wow, Colleen.
Yay, Colleen. And I also want to talk quickly about Success Starters. So Larissa just earned Success Starters, which is when you earn Success Club for the first 3 months as a coach. And that, I think Chanel did a great job of explaining that in Successfit today about how when you earn those first 3 months of Success Club 5 or higher, you actually get a free ticket to Summit. And you actually, Success Club is more than that, but that's really what you earn by going that way. So congrats to her, and Jody earned her first month. So we've got people going, which is great. And I did want to just talk about Summit since we're on that topic. It is July 16th to 19th in Nashville. And I have to say, my first year as a coach, when I was still kind of a discount coach and we were moving back to Canada, I didn't go. So my first year when I officially committed to doing this, I did go last year to Summit in Vegas. And you know, like people talk about how awesome it is and, you know, how emotionally connecting it is to be around with everyone. And that was very cool, and it was fun, and the celebrity workouts were awesome. But honestly, really
in London, I was often at the pub.
made the whole worth it to me was actually the speakers and the training. I'm just going to mute out everyone here, so just bear with me for a second. Oh, don't mute myself. Here we go. Let's see. Mute all. Here we go. Okay. So make sure you can still hear me. So I just wanted to make a point of saying that, like, when you invest in Summit, because I recognize it's not just an investment to get there, but it's also an investment in your time for being there if you have to get childcare or whatever. But if you can find a way to make it happen, I really encourage you to, because the training that actually comes out of that for you in your business, the understanding and the learning and the motivation from those keynote speakers were like above and beyond worth it for me last year. It really just helped me like rein in and get focused and move my business to the next level. So whether you're going to Summit or whether you're not going to Summit, I do encourage you to create a plan to push your business towards Summit. So it's in 8 weeks or so. And I think it's important to really focus your business that's sort of a little more than halfway through the year. And if you're really pushing to move your business to the next level, you're going to see the benefits of that in the second half of this year. And I can't believe that I'm saying that, because that means it's almost halfway through the year. Okay, so finally, I just wanted to run through, I asked, the Success Club leaders right now how they have, to share their tips of what they have done this month that have really made a difference in their ability to already hit Success Club as of the 20th of the month. And these were the big things that came across. So no matter what, they all said having consistency in the daily power of threes. And if you're not clear on what those are, that is posting 3 times a day to social media, that is adding 3 people to your network, and that is messaging 3 people to just connect and build a relationship. And that is your power of threes. That's the one thing you want to do consistently 5 to 6 days a week. And when you do that, no matter what, you will see your business grow. I can promise you that. And then consistency in your follow-up. So we often get kind of nervous about going back and maybe reaching out to the people who haven't responded to us or who maybe said they needed more time. But I think it's really important to always, always, always follow up with people. I think it's good business practice, even if it's just to share with them that it's okay if now is not the time, but to let them know that you are inviting for your next group. And if now is not the time, that's okay. They can give them permission to say no. But if they're ready to make these changes in your life, you're ready for them now, that kind of thing. And a good tip that I think Christine mentioned was that to remember that it's not about making money. You don't want to lead with that, putting a number on someone's head. It's more about motivating and encouraging. And if you lead with this in your posts and your messages and your follow-ups, then you can't go wrong. And my tip I wanted to put out there is to believe, because I know that there are times in this business that are really tough and you kind of question what you're doing. And I promise that gets easier the longer you stay with this and the more you do start to see your business grow. But particularly when you hit those road bumps, I think it's really important that you commit to believing that you can do this, and that if you keep going, you see that greater vision and that greater picture, and just really committing to your goals and to your belief in yourself. And when you're not feeling like you believe in you, we believe in you. So you got that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Chanel, who, I'm sure many of you already know her and love her, but if you don't, I have to toot her horn. Chanel has been a coach for just a little over a year. She is a lifetime diamond rank. She is a Success Club all-star. So she really just came out of the gates, always very consistent. And she's busy. She's a PhD student, has a lot on a young baby and a lot on the go. So I am really excited to share with you, because I learn from her and I'm inspired by her every day, and she listens to me unload on her sometimes. I'm really excited to have her talk tonight about getting coaches started right and getting started right as a new coach. So I will pass it over to you.
Thanks, Bria. And I've already taken the initiative to unmute myself. And you've already muted yourself. Okay, so now you can't even respond back to me. This is awkward. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and I have a few slides just to keep me on track. So hopefully you can see this. Okay, so this is going to reflect my philosophy for learning anything and mastering anything. I'm a science student, and I always believe in learning the foundations. So there are different getting started right calls and trainings from other coaches. My belief is like you really need to know 2 things, like the foundational, like super basic stuff, so that you can like have confidence in some area of this to start off with. And also you need to know what is important to focus on as you go through the trainings. And because I know what it's like to be a new coach, and there's like all this lingo and all this crap and all these documents everywhere and people referring to all these things, and you're like, what the heck is going on? And I don't know, I get overwhelmed easily. So I presenting what I believe is the important things for you to focus on. I'm not going to be able to teach you these things, but I'm going to let you know that these are the things to focus on. And I want to equip new coaches with just a little bit of skills so that they have, like, here's my package. I can actually start this business. Like, you can start this business with knowing just a little bit. And then the rest of the stuff, your skills and everything, you're going to learn over time. And there's a lot of things that you can't learn until you start doing it. Like, I can talk about inviting for like 3 hours. I can give you tips on inviting for 3 hours. I will talk for 3 hours. Seriously, I won't shut up about it. But it's not going to make any sense to you until you actually start inviting people and start having conversations with people. And then you can go back and listen to more training. So you're always going to have this back and forth between theory and action, and you need both. Okay, so so the outcome for this is to give you the foundation, let you know what you need to learn, and equip you with the readiness to go out there and start actually doing this. So the 3 areas I think are important for the foundation is social media. So I can't teach you social media right now in 5 minutes, but I can tell you that that's going to be something that you're going to get engaged in and you'll want to start learning about. And there's like hour-long trainings on this that you can look up, or that we can recommend good ones for you. So just ask your upline coach. Inviting to challenge groups and websites. So it's important to know how to direct people to order, and how to find your way around the website and how to retrieve information for yourself. So, okay, so for social media, so this is our way of connecting and growing with people, and sharing our story. So what we do as coaches is we just share our lifestyle and our journey, and we share how Beachbody fits in with it. So for most of the coaches, Beachbody has changed our life in some way, and we continue to use it, and we just simply share that. So we don't use social media as a means of posting links or invites to our website or anything salesy like that. We don't want to do that, because that's not what social media is about. Social media is about connecting with other people. And so that's what we want to keep the focus on in our posts, and to share value with other people. That's really important. So when you think about what you're posting, ask, is this valuable in some way to someone who's going to be reading it? Is it funny? Are they going to be inspired? Is it a recipe, or is it a little something you're sharing about yourself that's a little bit vulnerable? People are really inspired by that kind of stuff. So you'll want to pick 1 or 2 platforms to use. Most common is Facebook, but there are coaches who use Instagram, and then you might couple those with YouTube or blogging. So right now I use Facebook primarily and a little bit of YouTube. Once I get my website set up, I really hope to start blogging. But anyway, one thing at a time. And so know that when you do start sharing, it's totally uncomfortable at first. We all feel weird about it, and we don't always like posting pictures or whatever. But when you start doing it, you get used to it. But realize one thing. In order for people to engage and take you kind of seriously and build that trust in you, you need to present consistent messaging over time. It takes time to build your message. So you'll build your message as you practice, writing it. You don't have to figure this all out ahead of time. You'll learn as you go. So by posting or making videos, you will start to clarify your message. And then you need to present that message consistently. So you can tell the same story like a lot of different times, just in different ways. So you can be mindful as you go throughout your day, and anything throughout your day that's like Beachbody related or other things to do with yourself. So you don't want to just post about Beachbody, but you just want to post about like who you are and also how you're fitting this into your life, and just be really genuine about it. And okay, so there's also like a do's and don'ts list, and there's do's and don'ts that you can look up on YouTube. And if you want more on this, like there was a really good social media training last night that we'll get the link to soon. So a couple of us were on that call. It was really good. And that's all I'll say about that for now. But one of the first steps as a new coach is to just start sharing about your journey. So when I started, I shared, I was not at my goal. I was only a month in. So I shared my month P90X3 pictures, my 2-month P90X3 pictures, and my 3-month P90X3 pictures. Then I shared my 6-month and 1 year and whatever pictures. And then, as I get more results from challengers, then I can start sharing their experiences and their results to demonstrate that I'm also helping others. Like, it's not just like me getting these results, that other people are able to achieve these results as well. Okay. So in terms of inviting to a challenge group, I'm just going to give a couple brief tips right now. So this is the primary, this is what we do. So try not to get caught up in different strategies for doing sales or building whatever. What we do is we provide a service to people, and it's essentially a free service. Our challenge groups are a free service. And so that's how you want to think of this. You are providing a service to people who are ready to make a change in their life and who want, to try something new or want better tools, or what they're doing is not working for them. So our job is to provide this service and provide it over and over and over again. What I learned early on is if you build it, they will come. So go ahead and pick a date for your first challenge group. Even if it doesn't pan out, pick a date and start, inviting to it. 2 different ways. So most of this is going to be personally through personal messages, but also you can post every now and then. You don't want to do this all the time, but every now and then you can post on your social media public posts that you're having a challenge group and the date for that. But you want to keep that, to a minimum of just 1 to 2 times a month. And then start inviting people personally and also connecting with people. So you don't always have to be messaging people about Beachbody, but start to rebuild connections with people, a few people every day. And then you'll have, a lot of people that you've reconnected with that you'll be able to invite to your challenge groups over time. So that's all I want to say about that. So just set the date and commit to it. And even if you just get one person, you can team up with another coach or with your upline coach to run the group, and just have the attitude that you're going to do this, and you're going to, even if it's just one person, you're going to help that one person. You're going to give that one person the best experience possible. And that's the attitude I had when I had my first successful challenge group after 3 tries. And as soon as I had that attitude, that I was going to help that one person, 5 more came, and I had a full challenge group of 6 people on April 7th of 2014. Okay, so when you are talking to these people who are interested, this is kind of how it's going to go. So there's a lot of training on inviting, the invite process. There's books you can read on this, and I highly recommend you do read these books. 1 or 2 books could change everything for you. So it's worth the time to read a book or watch a few hours of training on this, rather than waste your time having unsuccessful conversations and then in the end not being able to help people who might need help because you're either too afraid or you don't know the value of what you're providing to them. So one of the mistakes that I made in the beginning is that I was so excited about my own results. This was a huge game changer for me. This actually changed my life. And so what I didn't realize is that my story and my results will bring people to me, and they will be interested, but they are not going to move to action based on what Beachbody did for me. They want to know what this is going to do for them. They might not believe in themselves. They might be skeptical. They might think that I'm different from them or whatever. So to move those people to action, it's going to be their story that's going to lead them to commit. It's going to be how this is going to help them. So you want to make every conversation that you have with someone about that person, not about you, not about your story. Your story will bring them to you, but once they're interested, every sentence is going to be about them. How is this going to help them? Where are they at? How have they been struggling? How is their eating? How is their working out right now? What's the hardest thing for them? Finding out all of these things and listening to their story, and then matching the value, how we can help them. So if these are their needs and these are the benefits of the challenge pack, and you can line them up, then you can offer the challenge pack and the challenge group as a solution. Okay. So if someone comes to you and they're interested and they want information, you don't want to just like give them all this information, because you might not be giving information that's relevant to them. So first, before you give them information, you can just give them a brief overview of the challenge group, the process, 3 or 4 sentences, keep it very simple. And then say, I'd love to give you some more information about this. There's a lot of different options. I don't want to overwhelm you with options. Do you mind sharing a little bit about where you're at first? And I can see if I can find something that I can recommend for you. And then when they start to give their information, ask more questions, 10 to 20 questions, let them tell their story. Like, have you ever gone to the doctor's office and like, you really just want to tell the story about your illness and like how it all came about and like da-da-da-da-da, and they don't want to hear it. They just want to like give you your prescription and get you out, and how crappy that feels. Let people have the privilege and the, let them, have that gift of telling their story of what brought them to where they are today when you guys are connecting about the possibility of a challenge group. Then you can present this to them as a solution. And then you're really not selling, because you are solving. And there's a big difference. And this is service. You would be doing someone a disservice if they told you all of their needs and their struggles and you didn't offer them the solution. This is really important. Anyways, before I go on to my 3-hour speech about inviting, I'm going to cut myself off there for this topic. And we'll move on. So if you want to know more about this there's 2 ways. Gain experience, because as you have experience in your challenge groups, you see how this can help people, right? And also show up for the trainings. And then you start to understand what we're offering. Because I didn't understand exactly what we were offering in the beginning. So I didn't understand the gravity of how it could help people. I only saw my one little slice of how it helped me, which was really big to me at the time. But then when you get all these other challengers and you see all these different things, people going off medication, like lives completely changed, like then you realize, oh my gosh, like, yeah, you do have something important to offer people. Okay. So then when someone you found the match with the challenge pack for them, and you don't need to know all the products right away. The most popular ones are PIO and 21 Day Fix, so get to know them. Do those programs. That's the best way to get to know them. And, you can start most people there. And once they've committed, that's the point when you send them to the website. So you don't send them websites in the beginning, because that's not, I don't know. That's not caring, right? Caring is listening to them, not sending them to websites. So at that stage, then you can give them the directions to sign up. Basically, you want to get that person to the point where they say, okay, great, where do I sign up? And then you can give them the directions. So step 1, so this is important for new coaches. Step 1, you want to give them the link to your website, www.beachbodycoach.com/ whatever your screen name is. And if you don't know, your sponsor coach can look that up for you. And you send them to your website. I've made these little graphics. I've made them for 21 Day Fix and PIO. They're in the Successfit group. If you click on photos, you can go scroll down and find them and save them. And it's just really easy to give these graphics to people, because then they can see what it looks like for what they need to click on. So first they're going to click join and create their free profile. I'm going to show you this too real quick on the websites if Bria allows me the time to do that. So you can see, but they're going to click join and create their free profile. This is important because it will just prevent a lot of mistakes down the road. And then they're going to sign up for the Beachbody Challenge. So that includes their workout program that you help them pick, the meal planner that goes along with it. So there's slightly different meal plans depending on the program, and their first 30 days of Shakeology. And that's going to be on Home Direct, which means it's going to be a monthly subscription. So you want to let them know that they can cancel that at any time with no penalties. And the idea is to try it for the 30 days and see how they feel. And then you can talk to them on day 25 about continuing. So they're going to hover over Beachbody Challenge. Hover, not click. This is annoying and important. Then they're going to click on Challenge Packs. And then another screen is going to come up with a bunch of icons. So here I've just put an arrow to the one that they need to click on for the 21-day fix challenge pack. Then they're going to select their Shakeology flavor. You also want to let them know that if they pick one flavor, they'll get a 30 serving bag. If they pick multiple flavors, then it's a combo pack and they're in individual packages, and then they only get 24 servings. You want to tell people this very concisely. Pick one flavor, you get 30 servings. Pick multiple flavors, you only get 24. It'll renew in 30 days. I'll remind you on day 25 about that. Okay. So I'll go after and show you on the website as well. And if I do have time as well, I'll show you a couple key areas in the Coach Online office, because that was a whirlwind of a thing to figure out when I first started. So your goals for the first month, and the things in general to focus on really is just study and learn. And as you study and learn, don't let things overwhelm you. The important things will show up again and again, like, trust me. And you'll want to hear them again and again because you'll need those like reminders for like what's important to focus on. But study and learn. At the same time, don't let your studying and learning hold you back from taking action. Don't think that you need to get a PhD in Beachbody before you have your first challenge group. You don't. You just need to be willing to help people and hold them accountable for 30 days. Hit Success Club. So Success Club is the important measure of our business. So at least 5 points, since you get 2 points for a challenge pack and 1 point for Shakeology and Home Direct. That's the monthly subscription. And become Emerald. If you plan to build a team, you'll want to go Emerald, which means you sign up 2 coaches, 1 on each side. And if your spouse really likes Shakeology, it would be great to sign them up. Or anyone in your family. I signed up my mom and my friend at first to go Emerald in my first week as discount coaches because they wanted the discount on Shakeology. Now, if you don't be too hard on yourself, if you don't hit this in the first month, that's okay. We're just telling you this as so you know what to focus on. So you know, like, if you check those off, then you're on a good roll. If you don't hit it, that means you've learned something, and then you will learn something, and then you can apply it the next month to hit it. The key is don't give up. It's going to take 3 months to get this like rocket into the air. It's going to take 3 months of consistent posting, messaging, and building connections with people. 3 to 6 months really. So don't do one post or one invite and you get no response, or you get 1 out of 1 no's and then just say this isn't working for me, because that doesn't work for anyone. The top coaches have had the most no's because they've asked the most people. So another thing to keep in mind is that a no is usually not right now. So if someone says no, they might be ready in 6 months. You want to be there for them in 6 months. Or they might be waiting to make sure that this isn't just a fad for you, right? People need to trust you if they're going to sign up with you. So they need to see that you are around, you're doing this, and you're going to be there for them if they commit to you. So that means you need to be consistent in your forever, but like for your first 3 months before you start seeing the results. And I would say commit to getting through your first year. My year last year was hard. There are ups and downs. There are great moments and there are challenging moments. And all I can say is right now, a year later, I am so freaking happy that I made it through those times. Like so happy, because this is just it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling. All the challengers that are really committing in the long term to this, it's really fulfilling to have coaches join me on this. So, if you're going to do this, if you want to do this, commit to a year. Be here in a year. And before you judge if it works or not, because it does work if you stick around long enough and do the right actions consistently for long enough. It does work. It works for all different types of people, not just one type of person. Okay. So, all right, we're already at 9:07. Bria, what do you think about me quickly showing a few things on the website?
I think you should. I think it would be good. Hopefully everyone can hang on. So I would go for it.
Okay. I mean, if anyone needs to drop off, like, go ahead. But
try to stay on.
I think it's helpful. So I just need to share a new window here and pick my Google Chrome, I think. Share screen. Okay. All right. So just ignore this for 1 sec because I just got to log out of here. Okay, so first I'll just show you real quick. You really want to have confidence in signing up a customer, especially if they get stuck. You kind of want to know like where they're stuck so you can walk them through it. So what they're going to do is they're going to go to your website. So here's mine, beachbodycoach.com/Chanelli. Okay, then they're going to click join and a new page pops up. And they're going to fill out all their information. This actually makes the process a lot easier for them as well. Once they fill out all this information and hit submit, they are going to land on our hub website, which is teambeachbody.com. So once someone has an account under you, they can then just go right to teambeachbody.com. That's where they're going to end up, even if they go to your site and log in. And this is where you're going to go to log in as well. So they go to your site to create their free account, and then it's going to automatically bring them here. And then so to sign up for the Beachbody Challenge, they're going to hover on Beachbody Challenge and click on Challenge Packs. And I encourage you to go through this process yourself. You won't be able to do the full thing because you can't create the free account, but you can at least go to teambeachbody.com. Make sure you are logged out of your own account, and then you can see, here's where you sign up for the challenge pack. So if I want 21-day fix challenge pack, I go here, this pops up, I pick my Shakeology, I add to cart, and it wouldn't go to this page because I would already be logged in. Okay, so that's how customer signs up. They can also, if they want to just buy things, like not sign up for a challenge group, they can go to the shop button here. But I don't send them to the shop for challenge packs because there's too much stuff on there, and sometimes people will order the wrong thing and then it's a disaster. So I think that if they're signing up for a challenge group, which like 99% of your people should be in the first place, have them officially sign up for the Beachbody Challenge on the website. This is an official challenge sign-up process. And the challenge is a 360-degree program. You get your workouts, your meal plan, your dense nutrition and your support, and prizes. Hopefully you include prizes in your challenge groups. I just started doing that. Okay. So now for yourself, for your back office, so I'm just going to sign in and show you the online office, and there's a lot going on there, and I don't want people to get overwhelmed with all of the options and things that you can look at. There are probably a lot of things that you can do on here that you can learn over time, but I just want to let you know like the important areas. So your Success Club qualification is here in the middle. Your alerts, so any new coaches, new customers are going to be down here, so you can click on those. And then you can go, so 3 areas I use most often are my business, and I go to my customers or my orders. So when someone signs up for a challenge group, I go to my business, my orders, customer orders, and I make sure they ordered the right thing. It might take up to 24 hours to show up. But I just make sure that went okay. And then you can also check people's tracking on there. That's especially important to check their tracking and make sure that they're getting their stuff on time. So the tracking number is here on the right. I probably shouldn't leave this up for too long, that all these people's information. And then also you can go here, my customers, customer search, to get information on all your customers. And you can organize it by different ways. Last name, join date, whatever. And then, so if you want to know where a lot of like accessible information is, you go to Sales and Marketing Business Tools. And here you have like so much stuff. So there's documents here, and then all of the programs are here on the left. And so you click on one of these, so like, let's say 21-day fix, and then all of these documents show up to support you on that program. So I would start by going in here for 21-day fix and PIO. If you've done the programs, then you don't have to like read all of this stuff because you've done them, so you know them. But there's like FAQ, talking points, like reasons to bring it up in a conversation, challenge group guides. So when you run your first challenge group, there are sample posts available for you until you know what to post on your own. So I make my own posts now, but in the beginning I didn't know really, so I use those guides in the beginning. And then personalize them, like put them in your own words. You can get promo videos here. So if you want to send someone a video, this is kind of nice because click pause and you can click share here and then copy link, and then you can send the person the link to that video, and when they're done watching the video, it'll open up on your website. But anyway, sometimes I'm too lazy to do that, and I just send people to YouTube, because by the time they want to sign up, I will send them the directions to sign up. So whatever. Okay, and then the last place is news and training. And this is really cool because, so even though you will be invited to participate in training groups with other coaches, you can go ahead and do your own training at your own pace in the office here. And this is all new. So this is like updated. It's not videos from the 80s anymore. And then there's training depending on what level of coach you are. So if you're just getting started, you can go here. If you're coach level, you can go here. Like that means you've kind of started. Emerald, diamond, etc. So depending on what level you are at in your business, there are different things to learn. The things I'm learning now are a lot different from what I was learning a year ago, because now I'm expanding more. Anyway, I won't get into that. But so if you go here, for example, coach, do this, know this, learn how, da-da-da. There's all these different things. At the same time, don't get overwhelmed by it. Really set your challenge group date, connect with people, invite to your challenge group, and help them through the process. That's really all you need to know about. And then the rest of the skills you can learn over time and improve with practice. Okay. So I think that's good. And I'll just, while we're here, show you real quick some Facebook tricks. So I'm involved in a lot of groups now. So you can arrange all your groups on the left side here. And you can click on this little icon here and you can click rearrange. So I put my groups in the order of posting in them. So I just go down every day. And if you're in a new group and it's not on your sidebar here, you just click on more, and then you can see all of your groups, and then you can add them to your favorites, and then you can remove them from your favorites as you have challenge groups end. Another really helpful thing is, so here's Successfit. This is our coach group. You can, and this helps in your challenge groups as well, you can search the group. I didn't learn this until like a few months ago, and it like changed my life. So if there's a post in the group you saw and you want to find it, you can like try to remember some of the words and look for it or whatever. And in your challenge groups, that's how you can check on people. So you can enter the names of all your participants and see the last time they checked in. So you can make sure to reach out to them if they haven't checked in a couple days, rather than like scrolling through, especially if you have a really busy challenge group. And then there's the file section here of Successfit. So there's different files and references here. So look through this if you're struggling with something and see what we have in here, because usually we save things in here that are really good. Like we don't just save crap in here. The stuff we save in here is like, oh my gosh, this was so helpful. Like, oh, expanding your biz on Facebook. Oh, here's the 8 social media do's and don'ts. All right. I think that's all. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on forever, but I hope that was helpful as a foundation to get started with everything.
Thank you, Chanel. That was so great.
Oh, you're welcome.
I feel like you gave us so much awesome info, especially going into the online office. I think we'll have to do a whole call on that, but I think you did a great job of highlighting the things that, and I'll do a whole call on like sort of getting into more reporting in it and stuff that can help your business. But as a newer coach or helping our newer coaches, you really did a great job of highlighting the most important things. And I just want to you said a lot of awesome stuff in that, but I just really loved when you talked about how you should give people the pleasure of sharing their story. And I think that's such a huge takeaway that
that's the word I was looking for. Sorry.
Yeah, the pleasure. Yeah, I think you used a different word, but that was what jumped in my head. People really do deserve to be heard. And in order to best help someone, you really do need to understand what they are struggling with and where they want to go so that you can match up what you have to offer them. And I also really loved, your concept of being there in 6 months. It takes 3 to 6 months to get going, and really just being here a year from now. I think we hear, I don't know if that's even said enough. You will hear it a lot as a coach, but it's like, I think when I started, I remembered saying to myself, if nothing else, this is good for me. If nothing else, this is good for my journey and my health. And it's a positive impact on the people around me as my family because it makes me a better person. And I think that takes the pressure off of what you're trying to accomplish here. So thank you. That was awesome. Before I close out, does anyone have any questions? I know it. Yeah. You might need to unmute. Yeah.
Bottom left corner of your screen. And Bria, you can unmute her too.
Okay, I got it. What do you do if, believe it or not, I have friends that will not even mess with any social media. How do you do a challenge group when they're not on social media?
Do you want to take that, Chanel, or?
This is a really good question, and I don't, there's some ideas I have. I think Emma might know better, maybe Bria, but I know that some people will do, they'll email the daily post, but I guess, you can keep people accountable one-on-one through email or through text messaging or whatever, like you can say, you know, they're not going to have the community. I mean, that's what you get with social media, is you get a virtual community of people. So you're not isolated, because sometimes you are living in a world where no one around you is healthy. And so we need to create our own community around us through social media, which is actually like super cool. One of the reasons why social media is actually helping people to get healthier because of that, but that's a whole other story. So for those people, like, they're definitely welcome to get their challenge pack and complete their challenge, and they can email you every day that they've done their workout and had their shake, or they can text you or call you or whatever, you know, you feel comfortable committing to. But I think, it's just important to say, like, hey, I'm going to hold you accountable. I do expect you to check in. And if you don't, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I second what Chanel says. I think you can hold them one-on-one accountable through email, but I really encourage people, if they don't want to have a bigger account on Facebook, just to create a fake account, even with a fake name, and they just need to add you as a friend, and you can put them in the group. And then at the very least, they see and get that feel of community. So I really try to encourage people to create that fake account that they can delete at the end of the 30 days.
Can I add something?
Yeah. Of course, Colleen.
One of the girls that has done a lot of challenge groups with me, she's totally not techno. She's not on Facebook, doesn't want to be all that sort of stuff. And fortunately enough, I work with her, so I see her just about every day. So I print off on like fluorescent pink paper my daily posts, and I have a little calendar in my office, and she has to come in my office and she has to initial every day that she's done her workout. I hold her accountable that way, and she comes in my office and we talk. How was your workout? How was your shake? Or whatever. What are you struggling with? And so I give her my posts from Facebook that day, and she signs her calendar, and then I know she's accountable.
Wow.
So cool. If you see someone every day, that might be a good way to do it.
Yeah. And what about, y'all mentioned a book, something about sharing, or are there books that are available to?
I think Taylor also asked, what books do you suggest for social media inviting and sharing? Is that what you were asking?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, maybe other people have a suggestion. One of the books that really helped me a lot with that in social media was called Jab, 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 Right Hook. That's what it's
Jab, jab, jab.
Right hook. Yeah. And it's great. It really helped me understand how to help people and reach people in social media. Anyone else have any other tips on that one? I'm sure there are lots, but I think that's a really great starting point, and a lot of Beachbody coaches have read that one and found that one specifically to be helpful.
So that would be like on Amazon, or?
Yeah. Okay. If you search, you'll get it right up on Amazon for sure.
Okay.
You could probably even get the audio.
Okay.
Someone else said, I don't know who it is. This is Min. I don't know who Min is. Who are you? Your first year in network marketing. So I'm assuming that's another book. Ghost person, admin. Reveal yourself, Janie. Okay, thanks, Janie. Yes, your first year in network marketing. Thanks, Janie. Good. Anyone else? Any other questions?
So I'm not sure if this is the right form. It's Katrina. I have just a couple of quick, like, kind of challenge group questions. I've been in a few of Chanel's. My first is, I noticed, like, one of the goals and one of the things Chanel's always done is that she runs a lot of groups at one time, or a few groups at least. So how do you get around with like connecting with, if you're doing a different workout, like if it's a 21-day fix program, but you're, also doing, a P90 program?
Do you want me to take that? Does anyone else have something to say, or I'll just take it. I'm just I'll throw in there. I feel a lot of people ask that, and I remember that same feeling. So you're not alone in that one. I think that it's really awesome to run a group when with regards to the program that you're doing specifically, but you'll find it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what you're trying to do is just help people with the best program for them. And the group guides are, you can find group guides to post for every single program, but I just find that the focus of the group is to hold people accountable and to motivate them. So it really doesn't matter what program they're doing.
Just the fact that you've done.
It's okay. I don't think it matters.
Okay, so more just about the fact that you've done a workout as opposed to which actual workout it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I choose to do program specific ones, and that's okay too. And then you might, throw in their specific things about it, like the 21-day fix gets a bit specific. So.
Yeah, well, that's because some of them are so much longer, right? Some of them are 90 days, so then you can only run one for 90 days unless you incorporate others in between. So
yeah, and I'll say I encourage people to stay, even if it's a 90-day program, that you stick to 30-day challenge groups. Totally up to you, but you'll find you get a lot more, and then you get a lot more participation in those 30 days. And then if people want to continue on, they just jump into another challenge group, almost like a retainer.
Okay. So I actually have one more question, and it's kind of position specific for me, and I guess Chanel as well. So it might be a question more for her. Well, as Chanel knows, in 2 weeks today, I'm having knee surgery. So I'm hoping to kick up after that. And within, once I'm off crutches, within a few weeks, possibly start doing a group. I have, Chanel and I have a lot of mutual friends. So, and they're already her customers, but I know they would like to support me and do the challenge with me. They probably have the programs already, so there won't be any kind of purchasing, mix up. But I'm wondering if they don't actually purchase anything, and do I still get credit for doing that actual challenge? Like, how does that work?
Chanel, I can take that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So the challenge groups, we basically run them for free. I mean, so no, there's not really any credit for that, but I was thinking about this little scenario we were in. First, like who wants to do a challenge?
Well, Estelle Tange and Jennifer Alchin will definitely do it with me. They're two of my closest friends.
Yeah.
So if I start, and I know right now they're going back. Estelle does more kind of her own thing, but I know that right now, like Jen is doing a lot of T25, but I just think I haven't approached them about it. But I know if I do one as a recovery, they'll definitely do it with me, right?
Yeah. That's sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm not worried at all about the purchasing because they're your customer, right? It's just more, I thought that like kind of the goal to reach Success Club was to do so many challenges as well, part of the goal.
Yeah, and so for each, so to get Success Club, you do want to have new people in your challenge group. So you only get Success Club points for new customers.
Okay.
And that's kind of that's why it measures the success of your business, because to get 5 to 10 points every month, it might not seem that hard in the beginning, but to continually get that every single month, that means that you're growing your business and you're reaching more people. So you'll do that, first you'll have a challenge group and you'll get results for people, and then you'll be able to share those and attract more interest, and also get referrals from those people. Like you were a referral to me from Jen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I saw on you had posted about the 3-day fix, the 3-day refresh. And so I actually went on and bought it, and then I wrote on your post because we met years ago through James.
Yeah.
And so I just, for some reason, you were in my feed. And so, I went on and bought it. And then I commented on your post, and you said, well, who's your coach? And I'm like, I don't know. They signed me someone. So, because I was brand new. I had just signed up. So,
right. Okay.
And then like weeks later, I jumped on your 21 Fix group in September with Estelle, because we were all going to Vegas together.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry.
Yeah. We can talk more about it offline, I guess.
I know. I apologize, ladies. I was just, and I guess it's good practice too. I mean, even if it is a challenge group that you don't get, it's just good practice to have a few people, and like you said, build up kind of your repertoire of people who support you and success stories.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like, it'll be, if they support you on that, it'll be good to have a few people in there that are active, because I struggled in the beginning to have, activity in my groups. So it's good to, in the beginning, have those people that you can rely on, or co-coach with another coach. And then you at least always have like the two of you and a few active people to create kind of that energy in there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's totally fine. And sidebar, if they ever want to be discount coaches, I'll put them under you for sure.
No worries. We'll deal with that when it comes. I'm worried about getting through my next month, and then but all these questions keep coming to me like, oh, I can do this, I can do that.
Okay, guys. So I think what I'm going to do, because it's getting late, I'm going to wrap us up for the night. But if you have more questions, I will post the recording of this, because I feel like this is a call that people can definitely go back to and take away information. But I want to just leave you with a last thought, because I was on a Diamond call today, and this was shared, and I feel like it's so clearly what we have going. And I just want you to take a look at your business like this is your house for you to build. And the cool part is that all the tools that you need in order to build this house, are in the Coach Online office, are in the Successfit files, and all the support and the direction that you need come from your team and from your upline. So you have everything you need to do, but it is, at the end of the day, it's up to you to pick up those tools and ask for that help and build your house. And I think that's a really important thing to embrace as a coach, is that this is your house, and pick up those tools and build it however you want it to be built. So thank you everyone for joining tonight. I know we went a bit longer than planned, but it was so great to see everyone's smiling face. And I will post the recording, so if you have team members that want to listen, but I will see you in, I guess, the first Wednesday of June. Okay, so have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.